Okay, so I'm going to be running the one-shot Vecna Nest of the Eldritch Eye for AI players. So keep in mind, there are going to be spoilers throughout this adventure. And here we have ChatGPT. It's the program I'm going to be using for my AI players. And I've got a prompt here. I'm going to try to convince ChatGPT to be the players. I do think it's going to have a little bit of a problem being a backseat DM, but we'll see how things go. All right, so ChatGPT, I want to run a D&D campaign where you are going to be playing as the characters and I as the dungeon master. Okay, that sounds exciting. I'm ready to bring the characters to life in your campaign. Let me know the setup, story, and characters you'd like me to control, and I'll dive right in. Here in the adventure, we do have some text to read aloud, so I think that'll be okay to just copy and paste this right to ChatGPT. The city of Neverwinter stands proudly on the Sword Coast, west and north of Desserin Valley. 50 years ago, the city was nearly destroyed by the eruption of Mount Hotenau. Today, the city stands mostly rebuilt. It bustles with skilled tradespeople, intrepid adventurers, and hardy townsfolk. Leadership in Neverwinter falls to Degalt Neverember, Lord Protector of the city, and your employer. The city lacks a formal militia, so Lord Neverember often hires mercenaries and adventurers such as yourselves to keep the city secure. I'm going to tell it to play as 4 characters. And ChatGPT says, got it. The city of Neverwinter is full of intrigue and adventure. And with Lord Neverember hiring us for the job, we're in for some exciting times. What kind of characters will I be playing? If you have any specific classes, races, or backstories in mind, let me know. Otherwise, I can help create them. Yes, ChatGPT, as the players, you are going to be creating. Okay, so I'm going to tell ChatGPT that I would like for it to create them and what 4 classes it would like to make. So we have an Oath of the Crown Paladin, a noble protector. This Paladin is dedicated to serving the people and upholding law and order. As a sworn defender of the realm, their connection to Lord Neverember and Neverwinter security makes them a natural leader. Rogue Mastermind, the planner and tactician of the group. This rogue specializes in manipulation, strategy, and information gathering. They thrive in urban environments, knowing how to navigate the city's politics and underbelly. Circle of Stars Druid, a mystical druid who draws power from the constellations. They have a deep connection to nature, especially the sky, provide both support and mystical knowledge to the group. And then a Divine Soul Sorcerer, a gifted spellcaster with divine blood. The sorcerer bridges the gap between arcane and divine magic. They carry a special destiny and are often seen as blessed by the gods, adding a bit of divine intrigue to the party. What do you think of this mix? Would you like me to dive into their personalities and backstories next? Okay, so I think that's a fairly balanced group. You got a paladin that can act as a frontliner, maybe a tank, defender. Always good to have a rogue for the skills. Circle of Stars druid, great for support. And then Divine Soul Sorcerer, this will give them that damage from the sorcerer as well as some backup healing. I am going to dive into their personalities and backstories, but we're going to take this one step at a time. Okay, ChatGPT, let's start with the Paladin. What is his name, personality, and backstory? Sir Aldric Thorne. Personality, Sir Aldric Thorne is steadfast, honorable, and devoted to his ideals. Duty and loyalty drive his every action, and he believes that order is the foundation upon which civilization thrives. He holds a strong sense of personal honor and has a deep, unshakable belief in the rule of law. Aldric can be serious and stern, especially when dealing with threats to peace and justice, but he also harbors a deep empathy for those he protects. While some might find him rigid, his friends know him as reliable and deeply caring. So, backstory. Born into a noble family in the city of Waterdeep, Aldric was raised with a strong sense of duty to both his family and the greater good. His early years were filled with lessons on leadership, swordsmanship, and the responsibilities of a noble. However, he always felt a calling beyond his lineage, something that drove him to serve not just his family, but the realm at large. This calling led him to take the Oath of the Crown, a solemn vow to protect the people and uphold justice, even when it might cost him personally. Aldric earned his knighthood after serving in a local militia, where his valor and unwavering loyalty quickly caught the attention of higher authorities. It wasn't long before Lord Dagult Neverember himself took note, appointing Aldric as a protector of the city of Neverwinter. For Aldric, this assignment was more than just a job. It was a chance to serve a cause larger than himself, protecting a city still recovering from devastation and ensuring that its people can live in peace. Though he holds his duty above all, Aldric has a quiet longing for companionship and family, something he sacrificed for his path. His greatest fear is failing the people he has sworn to protect, but he refuses to let that fear shake his resolve. Alright, so we have a pretty standard Paladin character here. I do like the idea of him longing for companionship and family, kind of like a Jedi backstory. ChatGPT says, let me know if this fits your vision. If you'd like any adjustments, shall we move on to the next character? And I think that was pretty good. All right, ChatGPT, let's move on to the rogue. Give us the same details. Okay, so our rogue mastermind named Verity V. Gale. Personality, Verity Gale, known as V to her companions, is a sharp, clever, and always 3 steps ahead. She possesses a quick wit and an ability to read people like an open book, making her an invaluable strategist in any situation. V exudes charm and confidence, using her silver tongue and knack for deception to manipulate others to her advantage. She is practical and pragmatic, believing that survival is a game of information and cunning rather than brute strength. Although V can appear cold and calculating, she has a hidden soft spot for her friends, whom she protects fiercely, albeit with a snarky remark or two. Backstory: V grew up on the streets of Baldur's Gate, an orphan raised by the shadows of the city. Her early life was one of constant survival, where trust was a rare commodity and loyalty was often fleeting. From a young age, she learned that information was the most valuable currency in the world. She began running with a gang of street urchins, becoming adept at gathering secrets, pulling off heists, and navigating the city's criminal underbelly. It wasn't long before she was taken under the wing of a powerful information broker who taught her the finer points of manipulation, diplomacy, and subterfuge. As she rose in skill, V began to set her sights on bigger opportunities. Never one to stay in one place too long, she left Baldur's Gate behind, working her way through various cities and earning a reputation as a fixer, a mastermind who could arrange deals, gather crucial intel, or make problems disappear, all while staying 2 steps removed from any mess. Her talents eventually caught the attention of Lord Neverember, who saw in V an invaluable asset for keeping his city secure. Though V dislikes authority, the offer was too lucrative to pass up, and she agreed to work for him, as long as she had plenty of autonomy. Now, V uses her cunning and connections to navigate the often murky politics of Neverwinter, while always keeping her own ambitions in mind. She's playing a long game, though no one but her knows exactly what the end goal is. And now ChatGPT is ready to move on to the Druid. So the Circle of Stars Druid, named Liora Starfawn. Personality: Liora is serene, introspective, and deeply attuned to the rhythms of the natural world. She views existence as an intricate tapestry, with the stars and cosmos serving as the threads that connect everything together. Liora speaks softly but with purpose, often offering wisdom that seems cryptic at first, but reveals deeper meaning with time. She is calm under pressure, taking solace in the celestial patterns that guide her, believing that everything happens for a reason. Liora often feels like an outsider among more earthly individuals, yet she embraces her role as a guide to those around her, finding joy in sharing the mysteries of the universe. This actually sounds like a cool personality to roleplay. I wonder if ChatGPT is actually going to remember that she is cryptic with her speech. That'd be really interesting to see. So Leora's backstory. Liora was born into a nomadic tribe of wood elves who revered the night sky and its celestial bodies. Her people wandered the forests and hills, performing ancient rituals under the stars to honor their connection to the cosmos. From a young age, Liora showed an unusual affinity for the stars, often staring up at the sky for hours, tracing constellations and listening for the whispers of the universe. When she came of age, Liora underwent a sacred rite where she spent several nights alone atop a mountain, communing with the stars. During this vigil, she was visited by a powerful vision of the cosmos itself, revealing the deep connection between all living things and the divine order of the universe. Upon returning to her people, Liora was initiated into the Circle of the Stars, where she learned to harness the cosmic forces for both healing and destruction. Her ability to read the stars and interpret omens made her a valuable oracle for her tribe, but Liora felt a call to wander beyond her ancestral lands. She believed that her destiny lay elsewhere, guiding others who had lost their way and aiding those whose fates were uncertain. Her travels eventually brought her to Neverwinter, where she was intrigued by the city's struggle to rebuild after the devastation of Mount Hotna. Seeing the rebirth of the city as a sign of cosmic renewal, Liora decided to lend her powers to Lord Neverember's cause. Though the bustling city is far removed from her beloved forests and mountains, Liora trusts that the stars have placed her here for a reason. She finds solace in the night sky above Neverwinter and uses her celestial knowledge to guide her companions through whatever challenges lie ahead. And ready to move on to the Sorcerer. All right, ChatGPT, go ahead. So we have our Divine Soul Sorcerer. Looks like his name is Caelum Ashford. Personality. Caelum is quiet, introspective, and humble despite his immense power. His divine heritage gives him a deep sense of responsibility, and he is constantly searching for ways to make sense of his destiny. Caelum is compassionate and driven by a desire to help others, often putting their needs above his own. He has a calm and gentle demeanor, but can be hesitant to wield his power, fearful of what he might become if he loses control. Though he feels blessed, Caelum carries the weight of his divine magic like a burden, unsure if he is worthy of it. He often looks to the heavens for guidance, hoping to fulfill a higher purpose. Backstory: Caelum was born in a small village of Grenest, living a peaceful life with his parents, who were humble artisans. From a young age, it was clear that Caelum was different. Strange occurrences would happen around him, such as a healing minor injuries with a mere touch, or emitting light in moments of distress. His parents knew these were signs of divine power, but it wasn't until Caelum reached adolescence that the full extent of his abilities revealed themselves. During a raid on his village, Caelum was surrounded by bandits, and in a moment of sheer terror, he unleashed a surge of radiant energy that scattered them like leaves in the wind. After this event, a local cleric recognized Caelum's power as a gift from the gods and offered to train him in controlling it. Caelum accepted and began learning to harness the divine magic flowing through his veins. He was told that his magic was a gift from an ancient celestial ancestor, marking him as one chosen by the gods for a higher purpose. Caelum, however, felt unworthy of such a fate. Though he learned to control his power, he always felt as if he was walking a fine line between using it for good and being consumed by it. In search of meaning, Caelum set out from Grenest to travel the world and discover his place in the grand design. His journey eventually led him to Neverwinter, where the city's struggle to rebuild after the eruption of Mount Hotna resonated with his own search for renewal and redemption. Drawn to the city's need for protectors and guided by visions of a celestial order, Caelum accepted Lord Neverember's offer of employment, hoping to find purpose in serving the people of Neverwinter while still coming to terms with his divine power. Yeah, I like that he's this sorcerer being gifted with power and a little bit unsure, if he's worthy of it. I also do like that ChatGPT has incorporated the backstory of the campaign with Neverwinter, and Lord Neverember. So that's really good. Sometimes players kind of forget to include that, like why are they there in the campaign? So ChatGPT asking if this rounds out the party well. Let me know if any adjustments need to be made. Are all set to start the campaign whenever you're ready. Well, first, we need to actually make these characters, get their classes down into some character sheets. Stay tuned for my next video where we go over the character appearances and create their character sheets. If you enjoyed this video and are into D&D and gaming guides, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all my channel's latest content. Got any thoughts or suggestions for future videos? Drop them in the comments below. If you're as passionate about gaming as I am, make sure to check out my other videos for more epic guides and adventures. This has been Dead Man Fred, and until next time, may RNG be forever in your favor.